Well, hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Grayson. Thank y'all for checking in today, and if y'all would, go on and click the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Today we're going to be getting into the bee yard and checking two colonies just to kind of give you an overview of what the bees look like, if they're drones, or is there even brood in the colony, and kind of what are they looking like. So let's go on and jump right into it. So let's go on and jump into this colony first. This colony has been really strong last year. I didn't get any honey last year, but they are still very strong, and they are doing pretty well now here in the month of January. So first, let's open up this frame right here. This is where I think really the brood is at, especially in the middle. Usually in each colony, there's about 2 frames of brood, or maybe even 3, and that's pretty much it. Then they'll start to grow, but as you can see on this frame, there's a good bit of honey around the edges, and then in the center, and I'll show you guys in just a second, a good bit of brood, a little patch of brood. Not really big, but it's still a decent size little brood cluster. Today it is actually 70 degrees. It's really, really warm. It might be 67, somewhere around that margin. It's really, really warm. Very warm day. And it's a really good day to be out here doing some inspections to see if we have brood, or even if we have food in the colonies for these bees. But don't starve out, because especially in this warm weather, it can result in some bees starving. So that's one important thing for us to check. This frame also has a good bit of brood as well. No colony down here in Alabama is going to have 0% brood in a colony. Every single colony of mine will most likely have brood of some sort, and this colony sure does. And as you can see, there's the queen. She's doing pretty good. She looks good, and she's doing everything she needs to do in the colony right now. Laying a good bit of eggs. I've been seeing some eggs as well, with a good sheet of brood. So it's good to see them kind of starting to build up here early in spring. That's really why I like these Italians. Italians are my favorite, as I've talked about in the past, especially for building up really early here in January. Most folks would rather not have these queens and these bees that build up earlier than others, because northern places don't need that. But down here in Alabama, with all our warm temperatures and us having sometimes early springs, especially in February, having some warm days, it's really good for me to be able to have an early start, should I say. So let's go on and close this colony up, and let's head to the second one. So this colony right here is a little bit more of a smaller one. It isn't really the biggest cluster. It is still a decent size of beehive, but it isn't as big as some of the other ones that I do have. This one is more like 3 to 2 frames of bees, but don't get me wrong, they are still pretty strong, and they are still doing very, very good so far, especially here in January. And going into February, like I said, is going to be probably more warmer, if I had to guess, and most years it is, and we'll most likely get some small flower buds and stuff like that going into February. But then, of course, our bigger things will start in March and April and so on. These right here is just some honey, a couple bees, not a whole lot on the side. These bees have broken clusters, so on some of the edges, you'll see a couple bees kind of taking care of some of these small patches of honey. But once it does get colder again, which I guess maybe one more time, I wouldn't doubt it, then they'll kind of cluster back up. But right now it's 65, 67 degrees. They are not clustering. It's warm, they're breaking cluster. Been warm for a couple days, and this frame right here looks pretty good. We have some nectar, a little bit of royal jelly, and a little bit of pollen, and some honey. Looks pretty good. A good bit in the center there of pollen, and a good amount of bees as well. Let's get here into the center. Right here is probably where most of the brood is, if I had to guess, because most likely any time in a beehive, whether it be 3, 4, 5, even 10 frames of center is where a good bit of brood is, especially down here in Alabama. Really good amount of bees. I see my queen right there, kind of near to the corner. There she is right there. There's our queen. And some brood. You can't really see it, but there's a good little bit of a brood and a good amount of eggs as well. Now, at this point, we really don't have to go any deeper because we already found our queen. We know our queen's in there. We see eggs, which tells us our queen is healthy and our beehive is healthy, so we're raising brood. I will kind of keep up and make sure and look around lately for drones, because here soon I would have to guess they'll probably most likely start raising drones. Not just yet, but very, very soon. Let's go on and put this frame back in, and let's call this a day. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate all of you for your support and your appreciation of the channel. And go on and click the thumbs up button if y'all would. That would really help me out a lot. And subscribe if y'all are new. Thank y'all for watching. We will catch you guys on the next beekeeping video. Take care, everyone.